Hi, Laura. How you doing?
Hi, Colin. I gotta be honest. Trying to plan this felt a lot like eating my vegetables when I was 5.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of in that same boat. Once you were like, oh man, I can't do it by that time today. I'm like, cool, we'll work something out. No stress. And then I was like, how's this alternative plan? Radio silence. You were deep in enemy cover, unable to get a call out to me. And then I get home with Rebecca and we're like, cool, what do you want to do for the night? And I check my phone. I'm like, oh no. So you and I are,
I'm sorry.
No, I don't blame you so much as the circumstance, which for some reason we based a show around.
If it makes you feel any better, I've already rescheduled a dentist appointment 4 times, and then I just had to call and cancel it because my schedule has changed so many times that I have no idea what. I don't know.
I accidentally ghosted my chiropractor on Monday because I got a migraine and passed out. And I was like, oh, shit. Following up on like 2 months ago. Yeah, when I went to the orthopedic doctor, they were like, just see a chiropractor. Yeah. And I was like, all right, cool.
Yep.
But yeah, what is your circumstance? What are you up to right now? Because shit seems wild.
I mean, it is. My social life is now calm, which is wonderful.
Great. Thank goodness.
So I had a day off. Was it yesterday or was it 8 million years ago? I don't remember. It was Tuesday. All right, it was 2 days ago. I had a day off and I did not get out of my pajamas, and I watched like 10 hours of Jane the Virgin and did laundry literally all day, and I didn't do anything else. And Charles got home from work and he was like, we're going to go out to dinner now. And I was like, why? He was like, because you need to go outside. That is not a joke. That has literally happened. So he made me like put on deodorant and real clothes and like go see the outside world because he was like, no, babe. So anyway, my social life is calmed down to the point where I can do that, which is great.
It is so wild that the person who barely spoke at his own wedding, had to do that to get you, the person who planned the whole wedding.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's the one thing. Work has just gotten really busy. It's like Apple launch season. Tomorrow we launch the new phones and the new watches, and we had new software today and Apple Arcade. Also, my store is reopening tomorrow after being dark for 8 months. So the week leading up to a store opening is pretty intense.
Wait, you're reopening the day of iPhone launch?
Yes.
Okay, putting a pin in that, for all the time I spent working at Apple, I never really heard the words together, Apple launch season, and I got a lot of very fun, like, catapult trebuchet images in my head of Apple dodging. But that's buck wild, because it takes so much to run one of those damn stores, and it takes so much to launch one of those damn phones.
Yeah, so it's a lot going on all at once, and then I actually fly out for work on Sunday. And I will be gone essentially the first week that we're open. So there's just a lot. There's a lot happening, you know.
I can hear the sadness. It's just a lot.
It's just a lot.
No, that's yeah. No, I don't envy you. The fact that you were able to get on tonight. Obviously, we're both scrambling a little bit to get this recorded, but like, I'm glad that you are now at a point where you have these moments of flexibility. Because like 2 months ago, like after you got done with your work shit show, there was a whole personal shit show that you had to deal with as well. Yeah. So I'm glad that is at least a little bit calm. Down,
which is good.
Yeah.
How are you? How's getting up and being at work at 7 a.m. going?
So that hasn't started yet. Right now, I'm on an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday rotation because basically the Apple corporate support team that I'm a part of is sort of being built in advance of the deployment of these contracts. So once those contracts are live, then I need to get to work at 7 a.m. I've already started to try to adjust my sleep schedule, like trying to like fall asleep at 11:30ish, because I was trying to go to bed at midnight, but I told Rebecca about Arrested Development, and Netflix doesn't let me go to sleep early enough when we start watching that show. So pretty soon I'll be on that flow. Right now it's 8 to 5. Basically, I didn't have a full idea of what building a support team looked like and it looks like very poor training because like
Ugh.
my first week was just like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing because we don't have a live contract and we're doing different things. Like I didn't know
Right.
what websites I had to have bookmarked and logged into. And because we're Apple support, but the rest of the company is Windows, we started on Windows computers and I have a work MacBook Touch Bar now, which is cool. But like the stuff didn't work on that.
Yeah.
So I basically went to the people above me, one of whom is Luke Williams, actually. And I went to them
Nice.
and I was like, hey, this is garbage. I'm going to fix it. And they're like, fucking fix it. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm now building and designing the training for what is likely going to be onboarding for a pretty large group of people.
Hell yeah.
So that's pretty cool and pretty fun. Is rough start though because I have an issue with my eyes where my body tries to put water in them, but it doesn't work. So my eyes are dry, and when they get dry, they hurt. And when they hurt, I get migraines. And when I get migraines, I get sleepy and grumpy, and I can't think. And day one there was a 2 hour or like hour and a half orientation in front of a giant blinding display. And then the displays in the room where I work had not been adjusted, so they were bright. And then a conference room had like displays on all the walls that was like being surrounded by video walls at Apple. So I've been like fighting migraines for the last week and a half. It's getting like better, but like, once one starts, it's just kind of like,
There's nothing you can really do.
yeah, you just roll with it for a bit. So like work itself hasn't been stressful, but it has like reduced my free time and time to think, and made some other stuff stressful. It's obviously getting better, but
I'm sorry.
rough start on the medical front, but I really like being able to just like design stuff. I mean, with CGP, I was like so all about like, guys, I made a new guide. I wrote all this shit. It's a cool document. And all of you guys are just like, I hated the last one. I'm not going to like this one either. I maintain that they worked because everyone knew what they had to do all the time. They just didn't like the words I chose. So I'm going to do better about choosing words because now I'm getting paid to do it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But today, speaking of Apple Arcade, I downloaded a bunch of games, and I've been playing Apple Arcade games all day. And
How is it?
some of them are pretty fun. Like
Cool.
you definitely got to find the ones that are for you. I generally don't mobile game unless it's something I could never play on a console, or it is something I play on a console. Like I don't like the sort of middle ground games. Like I love the Elder Scrolls, but the Elder Scrolls Blades, where it's like you tap to walk around and the combat is like just basically like timing your hits against theirs and not actually any sort of dynamic movement. Like I don't like that very much. So
yeah, that's fair. I played one of those on an iPad for a while and I was like, wow, this is really boring.
yeah, like when it is great for the people who don't have time to sit and play games on their consoles, or they
need it to be mobile like that.
Yeah, or if those people really are not exposed to it or never thought of themselves as gamers in that way. There's a lot of stuff that's easy to get into. My favorite so far is Hexaflip, which is it's just this little hexagon, and you just have to. It's kind of like a platformer where you just have to make it move forwards on hexagonal tiles, and it's a fun little game. But I don't know. I haven't found something that's like this is a killer app, so I don't know if it's gonna be worth. It's only $5 a month, which is amazing, but I don't know if I'm. After a couple of days of dicking around, I don't think I'm going to get $5 a month worth out of it, especially because like Destiny, Shadowkeep, and The Surge 2 are coming out, and I'm just like, I'm oh man, Celeste, you were on the CGP episode where they talked about Celeste, right?
Yes.
Yeah, is that little platformer with the girl and you climb the mountain and it's very difficult?
Fuck, I was so bad at the game.
yeah. So with that, first of all, after listening to that episode of CGP, I bought the game and I played the hell out of it. I beat all the main game. I got all the strawberries. I beat all the B-sides. I've gotten a couple of the gold strawberries. So I'm pretty good at Celeste. I actually bought a new TV because of Celeste.
Wow.
Because input lag is the idea of... input lag is how long it takes for you to push a button on your controller and the reaction to happen on the TV. And I'm playing Celeste, like squinting at the TV, like watching the jump. Like I'm pressing A and trying to figure out how long it is. I'm like, this is some bullshit. And Rebecca's like, what are you doing? I'm like, shh, I'm trying to figure something out. And then I was like, I need a new TV. And she's like, for that? I'm like, do you want my old TV? She did not. So I bought a new TV anyway. But they just came out. Celeste has a new chapter because they're
sweet.
like, it's called Farewell. It's like a goodbye to the people who played the game because they're not doing any other stuff with Celeste now. And man, if you thought Celeste was hard, oh my god.
I'm pretty sure I got stuck in like the second room or whatever. And then that was it. Like I got like a little bit and then I was just like, fuck, I can't.
But the thing, it's still so good. Like it's the only like Masocore game that doesn't make you hate yourself for dying. It's got that you can do it attitude. But I can't do it. Like I'm like I know what to do and I don't think I'm skilled enough. But yeah, other than that, work, games. Something that you mentioned in the last episode about meal prep, egg bites.
Egg bites.
I think I've sent you some pictures, but like, yeah, I make them every week now. And I was
Hell yeah.
So I used to like mix the eggs up in a bowl and put stuff in with it and then pour it into all the things, into each of the cupcake cups and then bake them. And I was kind of like, they always came out a little uneven. Some had a ton of bacon and some had like no bacon. And I kept forgetting to put in nonstick spray. And
I was going to ask.
And for some reason, the aluminum cupcake tin I had was impossible to clean. Like I was scraping at it with forks and spoons and I still couldn't get everything out.
Also definitely not what you're supposed to do.
But that's what I'm saying. The brushes didn't work. Washcloths didn't work. Soap didn't work. Soaking it didn't work. I'm not smart enough. I went to public school. I dropped out of college. I can't clean that fucking thing. I bought a copper cupcake tin and I put the eggs in and I forgot to spray it and it was fine. They just pop right out and you rinse it off and it's great. So thank you for that suggestion. It's been a really easy way to make breakfast. Also, I don't mix it in a bowl anymore. I just crack one egg in each thing so it's all even and sprinkle the shit on top. I don't know. Little thing you said awesome. that went a long way.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. I love egg bites. I get them from Starbucks and I just never make them myself.
Yeah. They can be pretty bland if you don't do them right. And I didn't do them right in that I forgot I only had 2 strips of bacon left and so I'm, like each egg bite is what 1/6 of a bacon strip. That's not satisfying. That's not enough at all.
No.
I usually put sour cream on them so they're like little egg cupcakes.
That sounds great.
I kind of like frosting. I was bragging about you at work today because guess who one of my coworkers is now?
I think there are many of them that I know.
You know many of them, but there's one in particular that I think you'll enjoy. Manny.
Manny.
Yeah.
Cut out his last name. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, he was our core buddy.
Yeah, I've known both of you in exactly equal amount of time. Yeah. The only difference is I got along with him immediately, and you and I didn't talk for 2 years. Because I remember when we were all out for training at Apple, you were like, I'm going to go out with people to a restaurant. And Manny and I were like, I'm going to get Burger King. So that night where you guys went out and had a horrible dining experience because
I didn't do that. I ordered room service and stayed by myself, which was the right choice.
God, I would have worshipped you so much earlier in life if you had told me that. I thought that you were, because I remember Becky and Nate coming back and being like, oh my God, she had to split the check for 30 people. And
I didn't.
And I'm eating a Whopper that sucks.
I ordered room service that day.
Were you watching anything? What were you doing?
I have no idea.
I can tell you what we were doing because
I watched Animal Planet. I think that's where I started watching Too Cute.
Because you didn't want to go out in a big group and you're like, I'm going to discover animal content.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember what Manny and I were doing because they were so drastically different. I was running an emulated copy of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes on my MacBook Air. Let me tell you, 2012 MacBook Air cannot handle GameCube emulation. So it was kind of like that thing where it's running at 2 frames a second. I'm like, in an hour, something really cool is going to happen. So I'm doing that. And Manny was watching Jersey Shore and into it. So into it.
I really thought you were going to say soccer.
No, wow. You would think, but no, he was so into it. He's like, I know it's trash, man, but I don't care. And he was, so we're both sitting in eating Burger King, doing our own thing. And it was, we're pretty different people, but it's good. It's a good bond. And
Oh,
he
that's awesome.
And I told him, because he criticizes my dietary habits a
Yeah.
lot, and because we were in a room with Luke Williams decided to bring up every bad food story I have and tell the room. And Manny's like,
Jesus.
I'm not trying to judge you, Colin, but I'm judging you right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, Laura taught me to cook, so for some reason sprinkling your name in there lends it a bit more credence. It's not like, okay, Colin, put in a hot pocket in a frying pan is not cooking, because I think that's what they would assume if I didn't say Laura Kramer, the person who cooks.
Right.
So yeah, no, that's a fun little thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell him I say hi.
Yeah, I definitely will, because I will see him tomorrow.
Tomorrow is a day of the week, isn't it?
Oh yeah, your tomorrow's gonna be a lot scarier than my tomorrow.
I'm like not worried about it. I don't know.
Well, but like, what do you? Because like you have a fairly new role in Apple. Like, what are you handling with the phone launch?
I will be supporting our operations team, so I'll be doing like backstage stuff,
moving the stuff around, things like that. Okay, cool.
So bringing product out to customers and restocking the walls and stuff.
Yeah, that's not so bad. I will say, as time went on, phone launches got less and less stressful, because they would always like start to staff
they cleared
more
up
people.
a lot of and they also cleared up a lot of systematic issues that made it really difficult. Like, not to say that things don't go wrong still, but they really do try to make it a little bit easier.
Yeah. No, that's good.
It's so funny because a lot of people are like, oh, like you must be so overwhelmed, like all this is happening and you're at launch day. I was like, I would so much rather have this happen at launch week, because that means I don't have to work until 3:00 in the morning and somebody else is responsible for getting everything out. Otherwise, this would all be my problem, and it's just not right now. So it's weird because like going into work has been surprisingly unstressful this week, given how much other stuff is going on. It's just the amount of stuff that is happening in the next 2 weeks is a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. I haven't thought of you as a person who isn't stressed out lately. That's a weird sentence. That I don't know. That felt
made me
awkward.
sad a little.
Well, it's come on. It's true.
No, it's true.
And it's like, hey Laura, how you doing? Please let this be a good time. I can't even be like, oh, it's a scheduling thing, because I've felt like such dirt. Like, I haven't even been texting either. And here's the thing. Here's how I know that you and I need to get back on our shit, because someone else texted me today about a thing with Game Pigeon.
No shit.
Yeah.
What was the last time we took a turn?
Exactly. Yeah. Like our games, we dropped the ball because my friend Brooke sent me a thing like, yo, look at Cup Pong. Is this different? And it is. They changed the lighting and they changed the background. And I'm like,
God.
How did I not discover this by playing Cup Pong with Laura? And it's just like, man, we really grew up, didn't we? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
this has also been kind of like a weird week for me. Yikes. That's as good as it's going to get. Because I've been working in a store for 8 months that like I really felt very bonded to the people there and like really close to them in a way that I didn't really have before I left Bridgewater in a lot of ways. And so like we're going back to a store that I didn't feel as close to, and I feel like I'm just like gonna miss the people that I was working with. And I'm trying really hard because like the whole thing the week leading up is like everybody getting super hype and like really excited, and everyone's like, I'm so glad to be back together. And like the first day just didn't feel like that for me. Like I wasn't necessarily excited to be back with everyone. And then on top of that, we had like, I don't know, however many people working, and 60% of them weren't even our employees. They were like other stores sending people to help us set up.
Yeah.
And it just felt weird. Like, and everyone was like, oh, you must be so excited. This like must be your favorite thing. And I was like, I'm not though. And so like to have 70 people ask me over and over again all day if I'm really excited when I wasn't was like very overwhelming.
Yeah, it's kind of like Avatar, where, you know, the guy, he's sent there by the military to get the material, but then he's like, no, I want to be with the Na'vi. And then they're like, no, you got to come back to the military. And then you live in your avatar forever. I
kind of want to live my avatar forever. Although I am feeling much better towards the end of the week. Like,
yeah.
It definitely was just a bit of an adjustment, but like it's still true that I'm gonna really miss the people that I was working with, and like I don't know what my day-to-day is gonna be like. So there's a lot of unknown, and it's hard to leave something that felt really comfortable to like go back to an unknown.
No, that's fair. I mean, I just left my previous job less than 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago now was my last day there, and like I hadn't been there that long. I expected to be there a lot longer until this other offer fell in my lap.
Yeah.
But like on my last day there, I sent out an email, and like I had a lot more people come like say goodbye and like give sincere regards and farewells and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. So
Yeah.
it was like I'm okay having left the company. I left on a very good note because I did them a lot of favors by staying around as long as I did. But like, I don't know. It was that same kind of weird dissonance where like I know what this is supposed to mean, but I don't think I'm having that experience.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for it, but it was weird.
It just feels weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't feel like what I expected.
Yeah.
But I'm in a new job and I like it so far, so
Good.
That's good.
That's great.
And if I need to go back to TransFinder, I definitely can. Like that door is open, so that's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But let's shift gears out of our sort of weird morose little hole we've dug for ourselves. And talk about some fun shit, because I'm pretty sure you and I have some shit coming up next month that's going to be...
Oh my God. Sorry, I just yelled into my microphone.
Listeners, that sensation you're having is blood trickling down your ears. If you apply a small paper towel, it won't help a lot. It's very scratchy. So,
no, but it might sop it up a little.
So we gotta figure out the details.
I still don't know if wait, I know the time is approved. I don't know if I could weasel my way out of the Saturday after, but I should talk to Jen about that.
Oh yeah, because that's technically like a separate billable week. So
yeah.
Okay, so here's how it works on my end. So in the middle of October, you and I are gonna go to New York, and we're going to see My Brother and Me, followed by the Adventure Zone, and that is the plan that we have.
I'm so excited.
I'm so
What are the
excited.
show times, actually?
I think like 7 p.m., I think. Okay. So the thing is, I'm so early in this job that I can't take like paid time off. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving work that day a couple hours early so I can like scoot down to your place, and then this is my plan. This is my pitch. This is what I've got.
Okay.
I'm getting out of work a little early. I'm going to scoot to your place. I'm going to lean on you for how you get from your place to New York. I'm assuming you still remember how that works.
Yes, I did it last weekend.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, so then from that, I'm guessing go back to your place to crash, because that, I don't know, that just makes sense. And then after that, you're going to work for part of the day on Friday?
So, oh God, I'm dropping everything. So this is actually good that we're fucking A. Everything is hard.
The phone was in the camera frame that drive, and like I was like, oh yeah, you drop stuff sometime, but I watched that happen. I don't know how it fell out of your hand.
It's just because that's how I work. I don't know. So here's the thing. I didn't take any time on Thursday. Mm-hmm. I only took off Friday, but I think I vacationed the whole day, and they just approved it, and I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
But I don't know if I can get to the city by 7 on Thursday.
How long?
Like, I don't know if I can make my Bim Bam show. How
long does it take to get from your place to Brooklyn? It's not Manhattan. It's Brooklyn.
Somewhere between. It should be like an hour 45 to 2 hours.
Okay.
When I did it the other day, it took 2.5.
To get to Brooklyn?
Yes. Because the train is just fucked.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Great.
And it takes me like 30 minutes to get from work to home. And it's in the other direction.
Wait, hold on. Let me do some math here. Because by that point, I'll probably be getting out at 4. I could probably get to the venue by 7, I guess. Is it? Oh, no, you'd be taking the train, so it doesn't make sense to go from your work to New York.
Unless I decided to, like, Uber in or something, but that would be...
That's super expensive.
Quite the Uber, yeah.
Yeah, good gravy. Well, that's interesting. Okay, all right, so, what time would you be getting out of work on the day that we're going to... No idea?
Earliest is 5, but I don't know if they're going to... That's a whole nother thing. My schedule has been real interesting.
Okay, cool.
Like, they scheduled me an entire week of 1 to 10s.
Why?
Yeah, great question. I don't know.
Why
They
would
changed it because I had a whole conversation about it. Also, they scheduled me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I was flying back Saturday, and I wouldn't have had a day off in over 7 days on Sunday. So they changed my schedule.
Yeah, that's good because
But-
those all sound horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So okay.
Are you getting why I'm like
Yeah.
a little nervous about
Yeah.
this
Oh,
whole
yeah.
change thing? It's really stressing me out, and I'm trying not to let it. And I'm trying to also woosah into like I have to give it at least 6 weeks before everything settles down anyway. So I should just breathe it out, and it'll be fine.
Okay. So I didn't realize you lived that far from New York. I don't because
It's
last time
it's mileage. It's close, but it takes fucking forever.
Yeah. Well, okay, because I know that getting into Manhattan is a nightmare. Now, here we're running into a problem that Colin has, which is Colin doesn't understand geography. So, which side of the Hudson is Brooklyn on? Is that on the east side or the west side? I see your hands
East.
moving and I feel better. Okay, cool.
I was looking at my mental map of what the United States looks like, and I could be wrong about that.
So, here's another
It
question.
is on the other side of the Hudson than I am.
Okay, I was about to ask that question. Wouldn't that be the west, or do I not know where New Jersey is?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
No, it's on the east side. It's on the east side.
It's on the east side. But isn't that the same side as you, or are you west
No.
of New York City? Oh,
I'm west of New York, yeah.
You're in like the bottom part of Jersey.
Whatever. I don't know.
It's
It's not that bottom. Yeah, I'm like but I'm not southern New Jersey. I'm more like central New Jersey, but in the south of central New Jersey.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Like south by
Let
south
me just
central.
tell you what my address is on a recording so that I can then send it out.
Let's
to the
do it.
universe.
Hey guys, this is where we live. What days we're gonna be there?
I've really like given a lot of personal information recently in this episode, and I'm feeling uncomfortable about it now.
It's okay. This episode's going to be full of bleeps, and that's the episode title.
Hell
so
yeah.
Okay. How long does it take to drive in?
Yeah, let me check that. Do you know what the venue is?
King's Theater.
This is great audio. I love it.
Oh no, my watch tells me I need to get exercise, but I don't want to.
An hour and a half, and that's without finding parking.
Yeah. Okay. That would suck if both of us had to pay for parking. Man, I really wish that they just gave me that freaking day off. That would have been great, but nope. I guess them's the deals when you're part of a not fully developed team. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a lot of math that I'm going to do later. So let's put a pin in this one. We'll figure out what we're going to do that day. Now,
I pretty much I may not have made this clear.
Mm-hmm.
I will 100% take credit for that. I pretty much signed up for like I could definitely go on Friday and like
Okay.
maybe hang out during the day. But there
Okay.
was almost like I don't know if I was ever really going to be able to swing Thursday.
okay. Then I'm going to have fun, bam, enjoy getting home from work.
Thanks.
No, but I bought 2 tickets, and here's the thing. So originally I was going to take Rebecca.
Right.
Now
I just feel guilt. I feel like you should just take Rebecca.
Well, here I got to explain just the roller coaster that it was going through this. So for the audience, I'm a big fan of the McElroy brothers and their podcasts, My Brother and Me in the Adventure Zone. So when I found out they're going to be in Brooklyn, I was like, I'm buying 2 tickets to each show because like someone's going to go with me. Laura, you were the first person that I asked. Then I asked 2 other people because I'm asking people who are interested in these shows, not just My Brother
Right.
and Me, but the Adventure Zone, because like that's a much more, I think, specific taste than a general comedy show because it's Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop role-playing based. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing their own system called Dadlands, which is pretty fun, so we're going to see how that goes.
All right.
So that was the idea. And then when the people who were interested didn't want to go, I asked Rebecca if she wanted to go see the shows, and she was like, oh my God, yeah. And then you texted me a couple weeks ago like, oh, I'm a bim bam. And I'm like, are you kidding me? We
Because
went
it was
over
Saturday. It was the
Yes.
next week.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the day following.
I'm sorry. It's the next
Yeah.
scheduling week in
Yeah,
my
right,
world,
for Apple.
which actually makes a big difference
It
because I
does.
have a
It
lot
makes-
of time off earlier in the week.
So here's the thing. When you said that, in my mind, I was like, okay, I've already got the tickets for the first 2 shows. Let's see if I can just convince Rebecca come with me to New York City for these 2 shows, and let's just stay a third day and see a third show so we can see it with Laura. That was my intention. That was the game I was playing when I went into texting her, and she immediately just said, just take Laura. And I'm like, this is a trap. This is absolutely a trap. And she's like, it's not a trap. And I'm like, by trap, I don't mean you're trying to harm me. By trap, I mean there are going to be consequences for a thing you're telling me to do.
Right.
But come to understand, there was actually a bit of a miscommunication because, one, I definitely told her she was the 4th person I asked. But when I reminded her that she was the 4th person I asked, that was not a pleasant conversation.
Right.
Second, and I know I come off as the asshole here, but I really tried to get all this information out in the open. Second, she was under the impression that it was 1 show, not 2. And that the plan was to like spend time together in New York and then also see a show. And I was like, oh no, I really want to see these shows. So like all stuff I had said before, I don't know how clear I was. I don't know if I emphasized it. Maybe I lost track because I was talking to 4 people about it. But basically by the end of the conversation, she was like, no, I don't even want to go.
Oh no! Oh God! You have to take Rebecca.
No, by not want to go. The trip is not what she thought it was. Okay. It's 2 shows that she doesn't really care to see, and that's the whole point of the trip. And she's like, "Oh no, that is not interesting to me." So that fallback option is actually kind of gone.
Well, you could go to the Thursday night and then like spend Friday in the city with her, and then I could come in and meet you, and we could go to the show. And then she could do something on her own on Friday night.
You can't. Those shows sold out forever ago. You can't get into the Friday show unless you have my extra ticket.
Right. Like, that would be the awkward thing, is that I would take her ticket on Friday and she'd have to stay in the city by herself. That seems totally reasonable to me. I don't know. I don't know why you're laughing.
Cool. What's the payment plan you guys are going to... Oh, you're not going to pay? Okay, this is great. No, okay. So... if it turns out that you are not able to go to Mabim Bam, which is quite probable, I'm very dizzy after that laugh for some reason. Hold on,
You really threw your head back and let it loose.
Yeah, I sure did, didn't I? Man, yep. That sounds dirty. The whole thing with the Mabim Bam show is just that I might have to eat the ticket if I can't, because I don't have any friends who will be like, yeah, let's drive down to New York City, and then you stay there and I don't.
Right. I could ask. I know one of my coworkers is a huge Mabim Bam fan. I could ask if he didn't get tickets on that Friday, because I think he's going to Taz, but I don't know if he's going to Mabim Bam.
Gotcha. Okay, no, that'd be something to think. I'll probably hop on the on like a maps thing and try to just figure out some shiz, because.
Yeah.
This is all very by the for the listening audience who didn't expect like an itinerary and scheduling podcast today. This is literally the first time we're talking about this beyond I got the time off. So this is it.
That's true.
Okay, so one way or the other, I can make it to your place Thursday evening. We can hang out Friday to your content. Because I'm always very wary of overstaying. I almost said overstimulating, and that is not what I'm traveling. That's not my MO. I need to get out of this hole. Help me.
I can't. I'm just watching you fall.
I know you are, and it feels bad.
It's because my brain is not on, so I'm just like, I'm just watching this happen. There's nothing I can do.
Mine either. Okay, but like we got Friday. And I'm off Saturday, so if you're off Saturday, we could do shit then too. But like, my plan was to just like go home on Saturday. But I have that flexibility if it comes down to it. But we'll see about the Mabrim. But here's I think the best part of it, which is for the first time since starting this show, we are actually going to see each other.
I know.
I'm going to see light bouncing off of your person and entering my eyes.
Sure.
Instead of this screen.
I just feel like the hole just doubled in depth.
Wait, what? The hole? What? Oh, the hole I've dug for myself. Yeah. I'm going to start for the rest of the podcast. I'm going to throw like an echo sound effect. So it sounds like I'm yelling up from a well. Cause that's what it feels like.
I know. No, I'm really excited though. Cause it's been a long time
getting from there to here. And I have this ambition that we could maybe try to record an episode together.
You're really pushing your luck.
Yeah, no, like I thought about the idea and then the rest of me was like, I felt like a boss to myself saying like, that's a great idea. Why don't you hang on to that? So, cause like, I was like, I don't want to pack my mic or my laptop and I don't want to turn like the only time that we're going to hang out together into a responsibility.
Yeah.
We have the rest of our lives to yell at each other over when we can get on Skype. Like we don't have to do it in person.
Yeah.
If we ever, for some reason, wind up in the same area for a week, sure.
Then we could, yes.
But I'm pretty sure that may never, ever happen again.
It seems improbable.
It's very unlikely.
I never thought I'd live in Jersey, so you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought I'd be friends with someone who lives in Jersey, so.
I know.
I don't know why I like the Jersey sucks stereotype. Everyone I know from Jersey is lovely. I do hate the roads. Every time I've driven in New Jersey, I'm like, cool, I get to turn around in 2 hours.
True, but at least they're also maintained.
You know, you got me there.
I didn't realize it until like a couple winters ago. Charles and I drove down to see my parents in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And we were driving, like we ended up, for some reason, we had recently driven in another state also.
Yeah.
And we were like, between all 3 states that we just drove in, like New Jersey's definitely the best. And it was a surprise because both of us were like, oh, weird. But the thruway in New York is just one gigantic pothole. Like the whole fucking thing is just, it may as well just be a gravel road.
But,
it's so badly maintained.
But bracing for New York roads is just like built-in Kegels to your driving routine. It's it's perfect. You get the exercise.
I drive like a shitty car. I'm always afraid my engine's just gonna fall out.
I have you watched the show How I Met Your Mother to any significant degree?
I watched all of it, yes.
Yeah, because the way that you just said I drove in all those states and New Jersey's the best, it really reminded me of the season 4 episode where Lily's like, New Jersey sucks, and Marshall, her husband, is kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like New Jersey, and like he's slowly pulling to the side. I expected you to be wearing his like I Heart New Jersey t-shirt or wherever it was. Season 4, episode 5, for those who are curious. But I haven't driven in New Jersey myself. The only times I did, it was several years ago, but it was and Laura, I know that you think I'm a pretty cool person, and I am about to push that up a couple levels.
Oh wow.
Which is
I'm ready.
As an adolescent into young adulthood, I was very involved in the Nerf blaster modding community.
This does not surprise me at all.
And it's okay. Calm down. Not everybody has had this kind of life experience, but you can take a Nerf blaster and remove, change, or like upgrade parts to make them more effective and, importantly, painful. So you can also make your own darts, which is also pretty easy and also pretty painful. So the reason this is important is there is, and I don't know if it's still going on, but there is an annual Nerf war in New Jersey where all the dedicated Nerf modders from the East Coast, like all the way down to Florida, get together in New Jersey. It's called Apocalypse. And it's just, I told you it's cool.
Can we go to that?
It's 12 hours where it's a big park in 3 areas and they have different things. It's just, there's Nerf running all day and it's just running around shooting Nerf guns at each other, playing games. And I did that for maybe like 4 years.
That sounds amazing.
It's pretty great. It's the most exercise I've ever gotten. And it was very difficult to turn into the motel parking lot. Yeah, because we're like, I see the motel, but New Jersey won't let me get there.
Yeah, there are jug handles in New Jersey. They're not everywhere, though.
They sure are not. That is true. But no, it was a cool thing. But like most of my hobbies, it's just money I didn't want to spend. Nerf blasters ain't cheap anymore. And they've gotten harder to mod. And like, I don't really love going to hobby shops and saying, how much PVC pipe and foam backer rod do you have today? And it's just like, sort of fell out of it. I still respect it. It was a lot of fun, but
sounds like a great thing to do.
It is a very good thing to do. But if you and I were ever like, hey, fucking summer, we have some time, let's go, we would have to mod our guns, because if you show
Right.
up with stock Nerf guns, you're going to be fucking outclassed
Yeah.
no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
No,
matter.
that makes sense.
All Nerf guns have air restrictors in them. They literally have plugs in the barrels to reduce how far the darts go. First step, just like fucking
Remove
take
that.
just take a drill, bust it out of there, you get double the range. It's great. But I had friends who would literally build guns from scratch, and it's kind of impressive. So
Amazing.
for the rest of this conversation, I will not try to one-up the cool factor, so you can relax. But yeah,
It'd be hard. I don't know.
that is the context for which I understand I don't like driving in New Jersey. I got White Castle though. We played a lot across from a White Castle, so that's the only times I've ever gotten that. You can eat a lot of those fuckers in one go, and it just like doesn't even faze you. Those things are so small.
They're so small. I don't
so
think they're
good.
that great.
They're great in the way that all junk food is great. It's not great, but in the context of like just really wanting to shove a bunch of disgusting stuff in your mouth, it's great.
I think I would just always rather go for like a double bacon cheeseburger.
Well, here's the thing. When you're in the middle of literally running around for like 10 hours straight, you don't have a great window to say, let me sit down and ingest a double bacon cheeseburger and then go running. Like, it's not
Fair.
great. The sliders definitely go down a little smoother. They also come out a little smoother, but that's not a problem for the day. That's a problem for the night.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to drive in New Jersey again. All right, cool.
It's really not
We'll
that
come to
bad.
that when we
It'll
get
be
to it. I do also want to ask you a couple things, because there's a bit of a problem. You may, in our second episode, I think I told you about the podcast, How You Doing, a Friends podcast, which is very similar to How You Doing, a friend cast from far away. So there's actually, and this is going to sound very boring at first, but I think I really want to do this with you. Hold on. Brain died.
Yeah, you did okay. Do
So
you need to go pet a cat? Will that help?
I'm just trying to give you the Laura Kramer experience, what it's like talking to Laura Kramer at 6:40 in the evening. So there
You
we
haven't
go.
dropped your phone nearly enough.
Yeah, that's there, close enough.
There you
go. No, so the search engine optimization on our podcast is not great, because How You Doing is like a pretty set of generic
There's a
words.
lot of
And a lot of things start with them, so it's easy to get mixed up. So when you search for our show, it doesn't come up very easily. It's not super easy to find it.
Okay.
Now, you can get to our show via commongeekingprogram.com.
Right.
But we don't spend the show talking about those sorts of things. I had Rebecca record the credits thing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So what I want to figure out with you is I want to pick a web domain specifically for this. With Dice Populi, I managed to get dicepopuli.com. For some reason, nobody else had taken that. Go figure. But that redirects to the Common Geeking Program page, and that's actually helped a lot with discoverability.
Cool.
So what I have ideas for a domain. I looked for Friendcast, and they were like, yeah, that'll be like $5,000 a year. And I was like, no, thank you.
Thank you.
So I kind of wanted your input. If we had to pick a web domain to tell people, like, this is the easiest way to find our shit, and like make sure that when people search for it, it comes up. Like, what is there? I thought of a Friendcast, but I don't know. That doesn't super roll off the tongue.
No.
I don't know. I'm wondering if like this might mean like changing the tagline of the show. I don't want to change How You Doing, but I'm wondering if the Friendcast from Far Away might need a bit of loving here. I kind of want your ideas on it, because I don't want to go making, hey Laura, I changed the title and website for the podcast. Bye. It's a joint venture, so.
I can't think of what my name is right now. So, like, coming up with the title of a website seems literally impossible.
Okay.
Not that I'm against, like, having a brainstorming session. I just don't know if my brain is going to come up with anything right now. Because what I keep on thinking of is, like, PodFriend.com.
Hold on.
And then I was like, what about Easy Squeeze? And I was like, no. Definitely not that.
That's the wrong kind of search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Laura, hold on a sec. I need you to please.
I am holding.
Please
I'm holding. I'm holding, Colin.
I'm saying it for the audience too because I don't know. I don't want it. I don't know. I'm getting all in my head about stuff. Why am I so tired today? It's the migraines. So here we go.
Do it.
PodFriend.com is unavailable, but PodFriend like .net is it. We could get PodFriend.org for all of our charitable donations and leanings. I wonder if PodFriend.pizza is a thing. I'm sure it's a thing.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, hold on. Let me just search one other thing. I'm just gonna search Friendcast again and see what extensions are available. Yeah, .net, .org, .me, .space. There's no, dude. I looked for this. I was trying to think like some people for podcasts do .fm because that kind of dovetails off like radio stuff. But .pod is not a thing.
Huh.
I looked to see if like anybody hosted domains that ended in .pod, and I'm like, there's like 80 fucking million podcasts in the world. Why?
Really surprising.
Yeah, that's like it's such a good idea. But
I can't remember which podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about that there's like a governing body that decides what extensions are going to be available.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I never even thought about
and
that.
they allow .pizza. .pizza's a thing.
Wait, is PodFriend.pizza available?
Okay, I don't know if Squarespace, because I'm doing this through Squarespace, who does not sponsor us. I don't know if they have the .pizza extension. Okay. So, okay. Hold on a fucking goddamn second. Shit. Explicit tag on iTunes. So PodFriend.net is $20 a year. PodFriend.org is $20 a year. PodFriend.pizza is $70 a year. And I don't know why. That can't possibly be a more effective business strategy.
It's a pretty cool website name.
You're not going to forget it. Oh, if it was not $70 a year, I would buy that fucker right now. I'm going to have to make a decision before we release this episode. So listeners, stay tuned.
Would you do it for $35 a year?
Yeah.
So would I.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. PodFriend.pizza. All right, we're going to have an updated credits read. All right. God, I feel like Justin McElroy now, just like buying sites mid-podcast.
Is there a website that has all of his domains on it somewhere? Because I would love to see that.
I would too. Oh, man.
Like a list?
The ad read in their most recent episode as of this recording was Travis doing a Squarespace ad saying like, yeah, I have like, I forget his dog's name, like lilyisagoodgirl.com.
Yep.
And you might be asking, Travis, why don't you have rosaisagoodgirl.com for my other dog? Well, that's because Justin bought it and he won't give it to me. And I love that. I love that brothers are using web domains, like trolling web domains to hurt
against each other. Oh, that's amazing.
So good. Oh man. Okay. Hold on. I'm almost done buying PodFriend.pizza. Why am I so happy about this?
It's pretty accurate.
Now I need to figure out how to make PodFriend visible in searches. I know how. I'll take care of that. Laura, here you said you could come up with a good idea. And literally the first sleepy thing that fell out of your mouth, we jumped on immediately. Oh, God, it's so good. Okay, cool. Well, hey, that was super productive.
Good.
Okay. All right. I've been dictating segments for a little while here. Is there anything else on your brain? I know I have to go cook dinner in a minute, but
yeah, I can smell my ramen that's been in the crock pot all day, and I am hungry.
Yeah,
that's kind of all that I have.
Yeah, I've extended my keto a bit. I'm doing a little more this month because like I've lost 10 pounds by eating 3 patty burgers at Five Guys and not exercising. So like that's
great.
kind of awesome. So I have not eaten a lot today, and I'm also very hungry. So this is probably a good time. I think we ended this on a pretty productive and high note.
I can't remember if there was anything else that I did want to talk to you about. I really mostly wanted to make sure I asked you about work, and I did that. So
you did.
Big old green check for me.
I had so many little things that I was thinking of bringing up, but like now that I'm in the call, I'm like, I'm too tired to give a shit about stuff. Like I want to organize my reminders on my phone, and I'm just like, and it's an organizational thing you could help me with. And I'm like right now mad at myself for thinking that either of us would have the energy to do that. Holy
Well,
shit.
to be fair, this was like a very uncertain recording time. I don't even remember that I was off at this day ever. Like, I'm sure it was true.
Oh, no, it was. You were like, yeah, Thursday. I'm off whenever. It's the first time I've put our recordings in my calendar. I just got a receipt for PodFriend.pizza. Awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah, I actually put it in my calendar. And when you were just like, yeah, everything changed really fast. Ha 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 ha. I was just like, that is very emblematic of her state right now, and I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, all of those ha-has were just to make it seem like I wasn't dying inside.
Yes, I know. Do you think that there's like some sort of study we could do to figure out like proportion of ha-has to internal turmoil? Because I think with you and I, those are very much a one-to-one sort of thing.
Except for when I actually think something is really funny and then I say ha 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 a lot.
Yeah, well, because in conversation, I think when you say ha ha or ha ha ha, it's to cover some sort of deep-seated frustration. But when you say ha 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 ha, it's because you actually almost just shit your pants laughing. Like, I don't know about you, but like I have like, I don't know if you know this, but you and I are pretty funny people. But you'll send me a text message and sometimes I'll like guffaw like that out loud.
Yeah, continue.
I'm more interested in what.
Nope. I'll remember.
Okay, cool. But like usually if I go so far as to say ILOL, that usually sounds something kind of just like, and so I do that one a lot. Do you do anything like that, or is it really just like internal turmoil to shitting your pants? Like, what's the scale there?
I don't know. There's definitely something in between. I just don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know.
You just bolted upright with excitement. What is going on?
I did, because this is something I meant to bring up on the podcast and I forgot. But I kind of texted you a little bit about it when it was happening. Mm-hmm. But Charles was like, oh, I have like 800 screenshots that I accidentally take on my phone all the time. And he was like, it's so annoying because they just sit in my pictures.
Yeah.
And I showed him that there's a screenshot album in your photos. And I was like, oh, just like go to your screenshots album and just delete all of them.
Yep.
And so I like went to go show him on my phone. And then we ended up going down this rabbit hole where we both went back to our screenshots from like, I don't know, 2012 or whatever. Is that
why you randomly started texting me like, is this the movie we went to 5 years ago?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That was it. So what's great is that I've actually taken several screenshots of our conversations that I have no memory of. Oh, no. And can I read some of them for you?
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I'm so scared.
This was April 16th, 2015 at 9:45 p.m.
Okay.
Me to you. Also currently keeping Vicks in business. Dayquil today, NyQuil, and Vapor Rub just now. And ha 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 ha. All three, you might have a problem. Yes, it's called I'm ill. Yes, brilliant. I believe he meant brilliant. Still got it. All caps.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then he said, oh snap, actually just laughed. And I said, haha, I'm pretty proud of that one. He said, you should keep track of that one. And then apparently I took a screenshot of it because I was on so much Vicks that I didn't know it was real.
I'm not even laughing because it's funny so much as I'm like, what the fuck was that conversation?
I don't know.
I
don't know why we were having that conversation.
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to have to do some homework before our next recording, too, and try to see if I've got any gems.
It's pretty great.
I would love to keep going down this, but honestly, my laughter at your ha 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 ill really just gave me a headache. So I think this is a good time to wrap it up.
All right.
So unlike normal, though, I will see you next month.
Hell yeah. I'm excited about that.
Cool. Let's next time we record not talk about seeing each other in person at all.
Deal.
Okay. Anybody listening, go to PodFriend.pizza because that's a fucking thing now.
Awesome. This has been great.
Yeah, I think this has been our longest recording. Man, we started off in such like a rough mood too.
Yeah.
This turned it around. Thank you, Laura. This has been, I'm getting more thank yous from Squarespace for buying PodFriend.pizza in my email. I'm gonna have to go delete some shit. Man, I hope your crazy week goes well.
Yeah, me too. It will. I'm just,
Oh boy. Let me know how Chicago is.
I will. I'm actually pretty excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
Nope.
Me either.
I'll
Tell
let
me
you
if
know how
it's
it is.
actually windy.
I should really check the weather.
Okay, cool.
Before I pack. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye, Laura. Talk to you soon.
Bye, Colin.
How You Doing is a Common Geeking Program production starring Laura Becker and Colin Ketchen, with editing and original music by Colin. You can learn all about the show at the website PodFriend.pizza. Yes, it's real. It has everything you need to listen and to learn about the PodFriends themselves, and it's an easy place for new listeners to jump on board. If you enjoy the podcast, reviews and ratings are the best way to show it. Tell a friend, share your favorite episodes, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We'll talk to you again the first Monday of every month. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.
CommonGeekingProgram.com